Of course, you do not get the micro SD expansion slot. With the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, you are in fact getting minimum 256 gigabytes of storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and also the micro SD expansion option. So from a storage perspective and the pricing perspective, everything else being equal, the Note 10 Plus does get a jump start as far as total value is concerned. Now, one thing that the iPhone 11 Pro Max has seen an upgrade is going to be the camera. So now we have 3 cameras in the back. Now on the Note 10 Plus, we also have 3 cameras right here, but we do have a 4th camera. So we have 4 cameras in the rear and 3 cameras on the rear right over here. Now the cameras here, what we have are exactly almost the same. So we have a regular wide, we have a telephoto camera, and we also have a super wide angle lens. On this one, again, we have a super wide on the top, we have a regular wide in the middle, and of course we have a telephoto camera at the bottom. Now with this one, the telephoto camera is going to be able to give you 4 times optical zoom. On the Note 10 Plus, the telephoto is only going to be 2 times optical zoom, so just keep that in mind. Now as far as photo quality is concerned, this is a flagship smartphone with best-in-class photo quality. Now this one we're not going to be able to tell until I get my hands on the real unit, but I'm anticipating the photo quality is also going to be in the flagship category, which is usual with the iPhone phones. Now when it comes to the screen, so when I flip this over, let me just log in real quick. We do have a in-display fingerprint sensor on this one. On this one, we're going to have the same exact Face ID system that we find on the other iPhones. Now the screen is going to be 6.5 inches, same as the iPhone XS Max from last year, and in similar quality to that phone as well. Now this one is going to have a 6.8 inch screen, so you're getting more real estate on this smartphone right over here. And of course on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, let me just grab my iPhone XS Max here for a second. It's going to be exactly like this from the front, okay? Nothing's going to be different. We've got the Face ID system as you just saw, just logged right in. And of course we are going to have the same notch on the iPhone 11 Max. On this one we have a center hole cutout, so you do get much more screen real estate and the lack of an actual notch on this phone. So when it comes to display, this is going to be much more immersive. Again, we have biometric fingerprint sensor on this one built into the display. With this one, we have the regular Face ID system built into the notch. Now the Face ID unlocking itself is pretty amazing, but again, it is built into a notch. That kind of makes the iPhone 11 Pro Max feel a little bit outdated when we have a phone here that is able to integrate things under the display. But anyway, 6.8 inches and 6.5 inches on this one, just like that one. So if I put this one right over here, just for a second, you can see the difference in screen real estate between the iPhone 11 and the Note 10 Plus. Now, as far as the quality of the screen goes, we will admit that the iPhone 11 has an amazing screen quality, and of course the iPhone 11 is going to be even better than the XS Max, so expect to have really good screen quality on this one, which is most likely going to match the screen quality on the Note 10 Plus. Now both phones have IP68 grade water resistance, both phones have wireless charging, but I will let you know, and there's really no need to get a hands-on with this one to understand that, the charging speeds on the Note 10 Plus are currently best in class. It's got the faster wire charging, and it's also going to have faster wireless charging. It also happens to have wireless power share, so I can put a phone on the back of it to charge this phone wirelessly using Note 10 Plus. This one does not have that feature, so we have a lack of a feature over here in the latest flagship from Apple as well. Now, I will let you know what's going to beat the Note 10 from the iPhone 11. That's going to be the processor. We have the A13 Bionic chip. That's going to be a super powerful chip that is probably going to destroy the Snapdragon 855, even the 855 Plus that we have on some of the other smartphones. So do expect super powers from the A13 Bionic chip that is going to deliver exceptional gaming and fluidity to the iPhone 11. Unfortunately, we cannot ignore the facts. The Apple chipsets are always faster than the chipset we get from Snapdragon or Exynos or whatever. Okay, so the chip is going to be much faster overall, but that doesn't mean the phone is going to perform much better. The performance is good, but the chip on this one clearly is going to have more raw horsepower. Even the A12 right now is slightly faster than the Snapdragon 855 on the Note 10 Plus. Now, one new feature you're getting on the iPhone 11 Pro Max and of course the iPhone 11 is on the front camera here, you are going to be able to get slow motion video. Okay, normally both phones have slow motion video. This does have better slow motion video at 960 frames per second. But now with this one on the front, you are getting slow motion video right in the front camera. Now when it comes to rear camera, the slow motion on this one is maximum 240 frames per second. And like I said, this one is going to be 960 frames per second. So those are some of the differences. Neither phone has headphone jacks, but both phones are going to have stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos surround sound. So we most likely will get equally amazing stereo speakers. Now I do want to let you know, even with the iPhone XS Max, we have a slightly higher quality when it comes to stereo speakers over the Note 10 Plus. So I'm anticipating the iPhone 11 Pro Max is going to have slightly better sounding stereo speakers. But again, neither one of these guys has a headphone jack. Now when it comes to rear design, we have some split here. Some people think this is very ugly design in the back. Now I don't think it's that ugly, but I certainly think that this is in fact a better looking smartphone from the rear because of that vertical camera orientation and the 3 dots. It just makes a little bit more sense than having a square patch right over here with cameras dumped into it right over here. It looks a little bit weird. I think this design is better when it comes to overall feel. And again, from the front, the Note 10 Plus certainly looks better. The reason is because it has that dual curved edge design, which is hard to match when it comes to actual aesthetics. So this one does look much better from the front. And one more thing I do want to mention is the iPhone 11 is going to have stainless steel around the edges, which is a harder metal than the aluminum used on the Note 10 Plus. So when it comes to build quality, it's going to be slightly tougher. Overall frame is going to be slightly tougher than the Note 10 Plus because of that stainless steel. But that is a quick comparison between these two smartphones. I made this video for people that are wondering what's going on. I'll make a full and complete comparison between the two smartphones when I get my hands on the actual product, on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. But for now, an estimate I can tell you that in my opinion, the Note 10 Plus in fact is still a better smartphone. When it comes to processor power, you have more here, but beyond that, everything is almost the same or even better on the Note 10 Plus. Larger screen, no notch. I think it's a better design. More cameras on this one on the back, and of course you have things like wireless power share and faster charging on this one as well. So when it comes to feature by feature comparison, as usual the Samsung phones do take the lead, But we do know that Apple has a great ecosystem and a great gaming experience. So those things we're going to consider in our full review. But for now, preliminary conclusion, I would say that the Note 10 Plus is better value for the money, has more features, has more base storage, has expansion capabilities, and so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean the iPhone 11 Pro Max is a bad smartphone. This is Apple's current flagship. So drop your comments down below.